Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Carmen with Elemental Designs, and today I bring you another art journal page. This page was created on my Canson mixed media journal book. It's 11 by 14 inches. And pretty much what you saw me do is I divided my page into four roughly equal sections, and then I took one of the bottom squares and I decided to sketch out my face within that parameter, within that section there. So I'm using a regular number 2 pencil. And pretty much I'm going about it very simply. I'm making 3 circles for the nose, and then I'm just kind of outlining it. I've made my oval shape for my face. Um, as you saw me do, I did 3 kind of oval shapes in that center line because I did divide the oval into 3. And pretty much it's, draw your first line in the half of the oval, then draw your second line under, halfway underneath that, and then draw your third line halfway underneath that. And that pretty much gives you a rough estimate of where the eyes, the nose, and the mouth should be. And when it comes to the eyes, draw 3 equal, sorry about the noise. It's always some kind of racket going on here. Draw 3 ovals about equal size, one next to the other in a row. And then that pretty much gives you the right spacing for where your eyes should be. And then just erase that center oval. And pretty much you have a proximity of where, your eye should be more or less. If you need to draw yourself additional guidelines, then do that. That way you can keep your eyes within a certain width, a certain parameter, a certain size. And pretty much, I've always loved to draw faces. That's always kind of been my thing. I go, I do them every now and then, but I'm thinking I'm going to start getting more into it. I really like the way that they have come out so far, and I think as I continue to evolve and continue to grow, they continue to get better and better and better. So I'm very excited about that. Also, I woke up today to find out that I had reached 1,800 subscribers, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am in shock, I am in awe, and I am in love with all of you guys. Thank you so, so much for all the support. Um, Welcome to all my new subscribers, and thank you to all my old subscribers for hanging in there and just kind of going along with me on this journey, because as you guys know, I'm kind of like all over the place. I do a little bit of everything. Some things are things that, some of you like. Some things are things that others like. But overall, I want to thank you all for your unconditional support. It really does mean the world to me. And hopefully, my art keeps evolving. My channel keeps growing. Um, and things continue to get better, better, and better. So, I'm thinking about doing some kind of a giveaway, you guys. But I want to do a giveaway for something that is handmade by me. A lot of people do giveaways with like goodies and stuff like that, which is awesome because, who doesn't love goodies? But I'm thinking that I would like to, create something and give it away. And I would love your feedback on that. What would you guys be interested in receiving from me? Either a mixed media canvas, um, like lately I've been doing a lot of the lap books, which I'm really, really enjoying. Would you like some kind of an altered craft, like a jewelry box, or, something that is, a little bit more personal, a little bit more handmade? I mean, they're all personal because they're all being handmade by me. But I would love to get some feedback, especially from you guys that have been here for the longest and have seen, the different levels of things that I create and different kinds of things that I create. Because I'm thinking um, that somewhere in the near future, I'm going to do a giveaway, to celebrate you guys and to celebrate me, because I'm at 1,800. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's been a long journey, you guys. I've been here since September 2015, um, and I've done a lot of growing, a lot of evolving, um, especially when it comes to like my art and definitely my personal. A lot of things have changed. Some things have remained the same, but a lot of things have changed. I've learned a lot of hard lessons. I learned a lot of valuable lessons throughout this time. And that's been all thanks to a lot of the experiences that I've had here, um, on YouTube and, obviously as well as life, so on and so forth. But yes, you guys, I would really love to do this. So definitely let me know what you think. I would love to hear your feedback. So now back to what I'm creating here. So pretty much after I kind of figured where I wanted my lines to be, where I wanted everything to be, then I went in with a Faber-Castell fine marker, fine pit pen actually is what it is, and I kind of put those lines in permanently. What you see me using here as a blending stump is actually my own little DIY hack. It's I used you know how sometimes you get those really cheap packs of markers and they'll come with like a blender, or like one of those markers that changes to, it's not so much of a blender, it's actually one of those markers that is like for the invisible ink. You know how I think Crayola comes with a pack where you know you have all the markers and then you have like this invisible ink that if you write over it, then it kind of reveals a message, or you can reveal a message, or you can write a message on it, and it kind of removes all the other colors that are underneath. Well, I've kind of let that dry out. I took the insert out and I let the marker completely dry out because I was kind of tired of always having to make stumps, make those little blending tools. I mean, I have them, but I was like, I need something that's a little bit more permanent, a little bit more durable. So what I've created is actually that. By letting that marker dry out, it actually allows me now to blend, and I could just wash it out and remove all the, you know, all the charcoal, all the paper, I mean, all the pencil, you know, lead on it, and pretty much that's it. Or clean it off with a baby wipe, and then I can continue my journey. So that's what I've been using for a blending, for a blending tool. Now here, I'm using the PanPastels. Now, this was given to me by them. I requested to sample their products and they sent it to me. So yay! I've had this for quite some time and I do play with them from time to time. They are kind of like a compressed pastel chalk. Um, and it is amazing, you guys. It's a little bit pricey, so I won't say that they're not pricey. They are a little bit pricey, but it does last quite some time, you know, depending on the how much you use them. Um, and I've applied this with a brush. I've kind of just applied it in with a brush because all my soft tools are pretty much done for the most part. I still have some. I still have the bigger foam pieces, but all of my little mini tools, you know, the little replaceable mini tool foams, those are done. I have to get some more. Um, but pretty much that's what I used as the first layer because I wanted to see, you know, kind of like where like how can I implement this. I was playing more with the whole mixed media aspect of it. So yes, I'm applying this layer down now, but I will also go ahead and apply acrylic and then I'm going to reapply it. So it's going to definitely be a couple different layers. But if you notice how soft her skin looks, like it looks like she just came from getting her makeup done professionally. It's a very soft and I love it. I love how that looks, and I think that that's going to be my go-to from now on when it comes to making skin tones and applying the skin tone um, over it. So on the eyes, what I've done is that I've applied a little bit of that eggplant. It's like an eggplant purple. Let me see if I find, where did I put them? So then maybe I can read you guys off some of the colors. So here they are. So some of the colors are turquoise shade that I used, the beige, the cream, well, the skin tone, the main skin tone color is um, red iron oxide tint. And I also used, let's see here, I also used permanent green shade, and oh, my lavender just kind of fell out all over the place. Um, and I also used magenta extra dark. I had to pick up my mess, you guys. So now what you see me kind of doing is applying some of the acrylic. So I kind of watered it down, and these acrylics are by Decoart. So the colors that I'm using to apply on her face are vintage white, which is like a kind of like an off-white, if you will. It's called light antique white, not vintage white, light antique white. I've also used natural beige, and pretty much those are the two colors that I'm using for the foundation of the face because they look the closest to the actual pan pastel color that I was using. And I'm kind of setting that all in by painting over it, the first layer. But before I did any of that, which I know I'm kind of skipping all over the place, I did a lot of shading and a lot of kind of blending with my little blending, pen there, just to kind of set in some of those darker tones before I actually went in with the, with either the pastels or the paints, so that hopefully those things will still show through, and I shouldn't have to work as hard at obtaining the shade, or the shadows, I should say, afterwards. So that's why you can still see some of the darkness through the paint, and the fact that I've watered it down kind of helps in that, and still being able to show, to show through all of the different layers. I really enjoyed creating this page. Um, I really did enjoy creating this page a lot. Um, the video is really, really, really fast. So for the most part, my audio itself is not really up to speed with the video itself, just because of the processing on the computer. It kind of makes the lag a little bit because it has to do so much extra work just to play it so fast. And since I'm doing the voiceover as I'm watching the video, it kind of creates a little bit of lag. So I do apologize for that. If you would like more of a tutorial type of video where I'm literally having it at, regular speed, and I'm breaking down everything that I'm doing as I'm doing it, let me know down below as well, because that's something that I can do. It'll probably be a longer video, but if that's something that you guys really want to see, and I get enough people, requesting it, then I'll definitely do that, so that you guys can kind of go through my process as I'm going through it. I really love how her hair, the bigness of her hair. I love drawing big hair, regardless if it's straight, curly, whatever the case may be. I really love drawing big hair on the girls that I draw. It just makes them, to me, it just makes them like more wow. And then what I did is that I used a woodless graphite pencil. Um, and with that is that I created, pretty much I went over all the shade. It's a little bit darker than just like my regular #2 pencil. And I scribbled all of my, little thoughts and feelings, into her hair, into the scrambles of her hair, if you will, just to kind of get it in there. So that's where pretty much I put all my journaling at, because it's not so much for others to see, but it's just for me to kind of let it out and get it out. Because that's what I like to use, my art journaling for. Like, yeah, I'll create just to create sometimes, but a lot of the times I use it as a form of truly expressing, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, so on and so forth. So everything that I wrote in there are just things that kind of roam through my mind, if you will. And now I'm coloring it all in. And what I'm using to do that is Decoart's fluid acrylic. It's a very loose acrylic, and the color is black, as you guys can see. And I laid it on pretty thick because I wanted some of that texture to still kind of show through it. So when you hit it in the light, you'll still see like a lot of the brush strokes. Like you can still kind of see it there, like all of the different brush strokes. It gives her hair some texture. And it's really glossy, the paint as well, so that's kind of cool too. So now I'm starting to add just more layers, and this is pretty much what art journaling for me is. It's just layer upon layer upon layer. And I'm refining some of the details and just adding more of the details in. Her lips, I went in with a kind of like a watered down black, like really, really small, tiny amounts of the black, and then just kind of darkened it in certain areas, left other areas light to give her lip a highlight. And yeah, so far so good, you guys. So far so good. I have a lot of things that I would like to do for this year as far as my art is concerned. I've officially kind of opened up my Patreon page, which I had done. I had created it before, but I never really promoted it, if you will. But that's something that I'm going to start doing now, because I'm going to start doing special things on that Patreon page that I will not be doing on YouTube. You're going to have a whole different kind of, I guess, a whole different kind of video process, a whole different kind of sharing process that I'm going to be doing there on Patreon. So I will leave a link to my Patreon page down below in case you feel like checking it out. You know, and if you feel like supporting me that way, that'll be awesome. That will be greatly appreciated. Especially with now with all the changes that are going on through YouTube, and even though I will still continue to create through YouTube, because I mean, at the end of the day, I love sharing just for the sake of sharing. But since that support is going to kind of, that monetary support is changed on YouTube, um, the Patreon page will pretty much just help me to maintain my art supply. It'll help me to maintain all of the things that I use to create for you guys. And there'll also be some extras because depending on the levels, there'll also be some things that I'll be creating for the people that, you know, support me through my Patreon page. I'll be creating special art for you guys that I'll be sending out to you. So definitely check that out. Um, and yes, it's a new day, you guys. It's a new day all the way together, all the way around. It's definitely a new day. So we'll see how that kind of goes. I'm not really too sure. I don't have a Facebook page, nor do I plan to get one. So I know that the level, sometimes not having those kinds of things, those kinds of outlets kind of hurt you. But I've been okay. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not on, like, you know, the rabbit race. I'm not trying to, you know, get the highest amount, the fastest. I don't mind slow and steady. At the end of the day, you know, anything that you love requires work, and anything that you want to see grow requires time. So, for the most part, I'm in it for the long haul. So, it's all good. So yes, you guys, this page is almost done. Um, I'm going to be doing some other additional things to this page as well, to turn it into more of an art journal page and more of a mixed media page. Like, you could have just left it like that, which I think looks beautiful, all on its own. But you guys know me, right? And for those that don't, you'll soon find out that I always go extra with everything. I always go extra with everything. So I've added the extra layer of the PanPastels. Now I'm adding the color back in. I'm going back in with, what's that color called? The magenta extra dark, and with that turquoise color on the eyes. And I really did like how that came out. I added it on her eyes, you know, her pupils, her iris, one of those two. I added it there as well. And then what I did is that I wanted it to have like this kind of magical look to it. So I went into it with Decoart's Interference Green. And this is Decoart Media Fluid Acrylic. And what Interference does for you is that when the light hits it, or when you move it from different angles, it creates like a shade of green, like different color greens. Like you'll get a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, a lot of different colors that are kind of showing through on top of that purple color, that magenta color. So her eyes at the end came out beautiful. Like when you see it in life, it's like, oh my goodness, I love it. I really did like how this page came out. I love most of the things that I do. At least I get 99%, I would say. Some things are like, eh, but you know, we take the good with the bad, right? The pretty with the ugly. It's all good. It's all, you know, it's all working towards the same goal at the end of the day. So I'm kind of going to refine some of the edges, and just, you know, make sure that all the lines, everything is like, you know, nicely detailed for the most part. I literally spent on this piece, which is why I couldn't show you the video as it was. I literally spent close to 5 hours working on it. I'm that kind of, you know, crafter, artist, whatever you want to call me, because I don't even know. I don't think I have a specific title or I wear a specific hat. I like to try them all on. I literally have a hat rack with all different kinds of hats. And I just put different ones on different days. So yes, you guys, almost 5 hours, because once I start something, I don't typically like to just let it sit there. Sometimes I will have to break free of it and just like do something else or get myself distracted, or, you know, take some R&R for a minute or two. But for the most part, I'm like really, really OCD, and when I start something, I have to kind of finish it. It's almost like I become somewhat obsessed with that project at that time. So I couldn't bring you guys obviously 4.5 hours, because that would be like unlimited amounts of, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 1000. So you guys would have never finished watching the whole dang video. So I sped it up to, you know, I sped it up by 10. Hopefully that's not like super, super, super fast. But I mean, it is going to be really, really fast. But hopefully you'll still be able to see just a lot of the different things that I did and a lot of the different process that I do. I normally don't like to take out sections of videos. Like, I don't like to edit out, like, you know, different sections. Like what I'll do is that, like, let's say I'm fuzzy cutting or something like that, or I'm, you know, doing something like that that's a little bit tedious, then yeah, I'll stop the video and I'll do what I have to do and then come back, which you guys will see me do in a little while because I will be adding some pieces um, to her, you know, to this page. But for the most part, I do like to just, you know, show you guys the whole entire process because I feel like you might be able to, you might know some things, but some things might be like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Let me try that, you know, and you'll learn from, you know, just watching different people do different things. So I went into this background with Bahama Blue, which I love this color. It's Decoart. No, it's not even Bahama Blue. It's Sea Breeze, actually. Sorry about that. It's Sea Breeze by Americana. This is all Decoart paints. That's what I use pretty much exclusively. It's all Decoart paints. And I love this color, and I love the contrast of just how the blue looks behind her. But it doesn't stay here, you guys. Yes, there are more layers. So this video is a little bit on the longer side, but I figured you guys might want to, you know, watch it. You might want to watch it. And for those of you that think that this is still too slow, 10 times fast, and you want to watch it faster, there is a setting down below that pretty much applies, you know, YouTube-wide to all videos. You can always speed up the videos just by hitting the little settings icon at the bottom and then just speeding it up by one, you know, by 1.5 to whatever the case may be. And then you'll be able to watch the videos a little bit faster, which that might seem like a breeze after this is done, but it'll at least cut the viewing time, you know, shorter. So that's just a little tip for you that you can pretty much apply to any and all videos that you watch. Hopefully you won't speed through all my videos, but if you have to, you have to, you know. I won't get upset. At least you came by and showed me some love and support. I appreciate that more than anything. So yeah, definitely, you know, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hopefully I'm not too annoying. And if you like the video and you want to see more, then definitely, you know, hit that like button because that definitely encourages me to create more because it's useful information to know what people like. You know, that way you can cater a little bit more to those kinds of things. Um, and that way remove some of the fluff that people are not really interested in. Because, yeah, I know for me sometimes, you know, I'll see certain things like, and I'm like, okay, I don't really want to watch that, so I won't. And certain things do catch my attention, and I'm like, okay, I want to watch that, so I will. And I think that that's the case for most of us. So I would really love to make my channel more focused on the things that you guys really like. Because at the end of the day, I like everything. So, you know, it's not hurting my feelings in any way, shape, or form. So trust me on that. I like to do it all. So for the most part, I don't mind, you know, doing a little bit more of this, a little bit less of that. It's all good. Mixed media, though, is one thing you guys will never get me to stop. I'll do that regardless. But, you know, other things that I might do that might not be so appealing to you guys, you know, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I always encourage you guys to let me know what you think before you give the video a thumbs down or, you know, anything like that, because thumbs down are not really, they're not really helpful when you don't say why you're giving me a thumbs down. Like if my audio is bad, if my video is bad, um, if my way of showing you or explaining to you is terrible, whatever the case may be, you know, I would love to know. Give me your honest opinion. Help me grow. Don't tear me down by just giving me a thumbs down. I mean, it doesn't do much tearing down because at the end of the day, it is what it is. And, you know, haters are going to do it regardless. And we all have a few of those, right, you guys? There's always that one person that wakes up every day with you on their brain. And can't wait to see what you created to be inspired, but yet gives you a thumbs down because that's just life and theirs sucks and ours is awesome or whatever the case may be. Doesn't even matter. But yeah, you know, if you're a subscriber of mine and you see something that I'm not necessarily doing correctly or to your liking, express that, you know? Have a voice. You have a voice. Use it. Just like I use mine. I don't mind. I won't delete your comment. Unless you're like, you know, extra rude. And then I'll reply to you and then delete your comment. But for the most part, I don't delete comments. I leave them all there. Good, bad, ugly, whatever the case may be. So yeah, you guys. Now I'm just rambling because the video is now 24 minutes. 24 minutes into the whole thing. So the stencil that I used on this is a Dollar Tree stencil. It's by the Jot brand and it's butterflies. And that's pretty much what I applied on my first layer. And I used Dazzling Metallic and Rich Expresso because brown and uh, this kind of color looks really, really nice together. So that's what I used to give it a little bit of a metallic shine. The paper that I used is from a paper pad called uh, it's by Love Nicole, and it's called Bouquet of Colors. And this was actually given to me by one of my subscribers, and it's an absolute beauty. Love this paper. It's got all different kinds of watercolor type flowers and stuff like that. And I actually found the perfect color page, which had the two colors that I used in her eyes and in pretty much in most of the page. So I was like, yay! Lucky day. So I use that, and then pretty much I just embellish a little bit of the rest, you know, with a little bit of hand doodling and swirling and all kinds of stuff. I went ahead and added dots to the edges of her hair, but I think I'm gonna go back in on another day and just add dots everywhere. What do you guys think? I think I should fill uh her, I didn't mean to say the other word, her entire hair. Jeez, jeez Louise, you guys, her entire hair with little white dots. I think that that will also look super, super awesome. So I'm super tempted to just open that page back up because looking at it, I love it, but it's almost like you're incomplete. So yes, the OCD could, you know, it goes right back in. So yeah, but you know, if anything, I'll just create another page and then I'll just do something like that and then just fill her whole hair. Jeez, that's a tongue twister, you guys. I'll fill everything in with little dots. I'll just say it like that for now. Oh my goodness. Hopefully this video is not super, super annoying, and hopefully you laughed a little bit with me. Yay. Um, and it's almost done. Now it's really almost done, you guys. So I want to say thank you so much for hanging in here with me, for watching my video, for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for being one of the 1,800 that subscribe to me, that follow me, that support me. I so greatly, greatly appreciate it. Definitely give me your feedback down below. I would love to hear from you, hear what you think, anything you want to see. You know, let me know what you think about the giveaway and what I would like to do. Um, that'll be coming sometime in the future. I don't know exactly when, but that way it'll allow me to get myself ready and get some things together, depending on what you guys say. And yes, I'm like, oh, I'm in love with this page. Hopefully you are as well. Um, and yeah, you guys, it's been super, super fun creating. It's been super fun. Now that I'm watching it, you know, play itself out in the video as I'm doing my voiceover. I just love how the whole process of it looks. And I want to thank you all so much for hanging in there and watching it. For those of you that have watched it in its entirety, thank you so much. Pat yourself on the back. You made it to the end. Woohoo! And you are extra special for doing so. So I'm going to leave a link to all my contact, my Patreon, and all of that good stuff down below. Let me know what you guys think and have an awesome day, you guys. Bye.